All right, here we go. This is the computer build blog post that I have been working on. That has been taking me way longer than I would have liked. This down here is my my blog website. Not a whole lot on it, but now that I get to take the time to actually write stuff, hopefully I can finish this up today and be able to post this. I'll probably just save it till post on Sunday, but yesterday we kind of read through it, got to I think got to the GPU and then wrote in everything in this section, everything in this section, everything in this section, and everything in this section, and then added the formatting, the pictures, and got that to look pretty neat. So yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna go through it one more time, actually probably more than once, but I'm gonna go through it. I am going to get down to the basically the conclusion of this. I'm going to delete this out here at some point, but basically the only thing left to write is this part. So we're just about there. So we are going to make that happen. Let's start from the very top. I wonder if I can, let me try something here real quick. I'm going to see if I can get some background music going. It's something that alright, well, I'm just going to play something. All right, that was way too loud for me. All right, I think I got that going. All right, so all right, let's start from the top. Having trouble getting solid rest at night? Let's say you have let's make this, let's turn this down just a bit here. Having trouble getting solid rest at night? Let's say you have a goal to improve the quality of your sleep. A good starting point would be to research new mattresses and how one could help you catch more Z's. Quickly, you may find that it's not only the mattress that will help you sleep better, but the entire bed set is crucial. So now you are looking at the entire bed set piece by piece. You take into consider the frame. Does the frame allow you for you to fall? Does the frame allow for you to fall easily? Wow, I am botching that up. Does the frame allow for you to easily fall right into bed? Is it big enough for your needs? Will it be sturdy and last a long time? Next, you consider other related bed pieces. Pillows, pillowcases, comforter, sheets, and possibly a nightstand or lamp for bedtime reading. All of these factors go into your decision making for building your bedtime scene. It may be the case that you sleep just fine, but this research process can be applied to just about anything. Although for an entirely different purpose, I applied a similar process when building my own desktop computer. Does that work? I think I'm all right with that. There are many reasons why anyone would want to do a personal computer build. Although in today's connected world, mobile devices reign supreme, and it would seem that desktop computers are becoming obsolete. At the same time, there are many situations where a desktop computer would be absolutely necessary. Some people who may work from home or have passion projects who work or have passion projects that they do from home may require a higher level of performance and speed from their home workstation. This may be the case for YouTubers who need higher graphics processing capabilities to edit their videos. What is it suggesting here? All right. Recording, editing, and mixing audio for musicians is easier to develop with a computer that has a better processing unit. Higher performance is key for PC gaming and streaming platforms. Even being a tech enthusiast is plenty reason. Even being a tech enthusiast is more than enough reason to build a PC. For myself, you are literally looking at the reason for my computer build, the SHjournal.com. I feel like I shouldn't link that. Having worked, because it's going to be on the website, so it just seems counterintuitive to do that. Having worked with computers for a long time, it felt as though it was past overdue for doing my own computer build. Considering myself to be fairly tech savvy, I did have to research more than I would like to admit in order to understand how to successfully execute this project. Putting it all together. Heading into this, my main objectives were to build a PC that would be cost efficient, at the same time have the performance capabilities that would allow me to multitask efficiently. Meanwhile, I will need to have the computer parts with the specifications that give me the ability to host Zoom meetings without lag, do some video editing, live streaming, and even dabble in PC gaming, my Twitch channel. Wonderful. After the build is completed, my desire is to have the ability to understand the parts and pieces in order to upgrade, fix, or troubleshoot the computer if necessary. the physical I want to have it all within a budget, of course. Of course. With the intended use described as above, the first step is to look into which components are needed to have a functioning computer. There are many blogs, websites, and videos to assist with the entire process. 2 YouTube channels were mainly utilized for this PC, as well as a few tech articles to help understand the components needed to build my PC. Jay's 2 Cents and Paul's Hardware are 2 extremely helpful YouTube channels that provide guidance and answers for anyone wanting to build a PC at all levels of expertise, including first-time builders such as myself. If you are not interested in doing much research, PC Part Picker, Newegg, and Micro Center all have their own online computer build simulators where you can find, select, and compare parts for your build. You can even head to the nearest Micro Center store and have one of the employees assist you with the entire part selection process. They have an entire department dedicated to PC builds. Personally, I believe this takes the fun out of the build process, but it may be the easiest and fastest route for those with time constraints and or are just simply impatient. Is this okay to do? And/or whatever. Okay, what I have learned is that I don't really want to write that here. What I've learned is that a computer build really only consists of 7 necessary parts. It may be surprising to find out that a computer build really only consists of 7 necessary parts. The case, central processing unit, motherboard, video card for the graphics processing unit, random access memory sticks, memory and storage, and let me do this. Wrong slash. And the power supply. You can add other on other components. Other components can be added on, such as a DVD drive, a Wi-Fi connectivity card, or other I/O. But these are not necessary functions of the computer. Entire courses could be dedicated to learning the function for each of these parts. That is not something I want to do here. Instead, I will give you a brief, I think that can be a period. Instead, I will give you a brief glimpse into the computer I constructed. Ooh, the case. Plain and simple, I chose this enclosure because of the price. Most PC gamers would look to buy a shell much larger and much more extravagant. Airflow and cooling are considerations to keep in mind when selecting an enclosure. Built-in LED lighting is an added feature that may make an aesthetically pleasing computer as well. For my purpose, a plastic viewing window and 2 additional blue LED fans is all I need to keep this build moving forward. Within budget and moving forward. The CPU. Oh, for any worthwhile computer, AMD and Intel are the top 2 companies that make quality processors. Most likely the laptop you use at home or the computer you use at work. the laptop. Work desktops. From either of these guys. Intel, for the most part, has always dominated the market, but AMD has been releasing CPUs over the past few years that not only compete with Intel, they outperform them in many instances. As the processor can heat up quickly, cooling the CPU needs to be done with one of two methods. Liquid cooling or air cooling. Liquid cooling might be the route one would choose to go with if they are planning on overclocking to get maximum performance out of the CPU. If you don't know what overclocking is and plan to mostly... Hey, how's it going? You're back. No, it's fine. I've gotten a lot of progress since the last time you were on. I think the last time you were on, I was at the very beginning of this, and this has taken me way too long to write out. There's not a whole lot here, but I'm not very good at writing, so right now I'm just reading through this and just making sure it all makes sense, or it's worded the way that I want to, and then I just have to write out this section. I mean, I have words there. This will get deleted, but I want to clean this up, and that'll be the end of it. Like, that's the end. So welcome back. I'm just reading through it, like I said. I was right here. So as a processor can heat up quickly, cooling the CPU needs to be done with one of two methods, liquid cooling or air cooling. Liquid cooling might be the route one would choose to go with if they were planning on overclocking to get maximum performance out of the CPU. If you don't know what overclocking is and plan to mostly web browse or perform minor video editing, air-cooled systems should just work just fine. Fortunately for myself, AMD Ryzen CPUs come with a cooling fan, and it works perfectly for my application. I like that section. These aren't supposed to be like very intricate, like, I mean, I know there's a lot of computer tech terms and stuff, but hopefully I'm trying to like not dive too deep into that. So hopefully it'll make sense for anyone who wants to read this. Compatibility with the CPU, inputs and outputs, USB ports, audio devices, additional cooling fans, and other device attachments are items that come along with the motherboard. RGB lighting. I feel like I should put parentheses in there. RGB lighting capability is an added feature that can add visual points to any build. The ASRock B450M Pro 4 motherboard has plenty of USB 3.0 ports and works well with the processor that I chose to go with. For a super cheap price, I don't know if I need the word super. For a cheap price, yeah, super cheap price works. It's fine. For a super cheap price of $75, this board will allow me to do everything I need and more. Wow. I think I should take out this. I have a link to a video.
The sine qua non of any gaming PC these days is the graphics card. I mean, there's plenty of other cool components.
What do you think? Should I add links like in each of these that like link to articles or YouTube videos that might help like explain what I don't know, a CPU is, or I don't know. Anyway. All right, so now the GPU, this is where I started yesterday. So this was all written yesterday from here down. Think of a graphics processing unit as another processor for your computer. Instead of performing the main functions of your PC as a CPU does, the GPU has a highly specific purpose. Its specific function is to send out frames to your monitors. For PC gamers, it is extremely important to get as many frames per second in order to improve visual performance and reduce visual lag or delays. It is worth noting that almost all motherboards come with video outputs for you to be able to connect your monitors. But if you plan on getting high quality video performance, you will need to consider a graphics card. Video editing and PC gaming are almost inoperable without a graphics card. All right. The RAM. See, I don't think, at least that shouldn't be. Let me save that. All right. Think of RAM as the area of memory that your applications use to quickly access application files. All right. Think of RAM as the area of memory that your applications use to quickly access application files. If you ever played a video game and have come across a loading screen, the game is literally loading files to its RAM so that those specific files can be accessed quickly. For most uses, 8 gigs of RAM should be enough. For this build, 16 gigs of RAM is plenty of headrooms to play games with high speed and top-notch performance. All right. Memory and storage. Those are the two that I bought. I was able to get them. Oh, you know what I can do? Because I was having trouble formatting these to be side by side. I got this nifty little preview button here. I can do a preview. Let's see. So I can't really center these, and I don't really feel like taking the time to get them centered, and I think that's fine. I don't really feel like having them on 2 different rows, but I think there's a way that I can. I thought there was a way I can preview it like as if it was on a mobile device or something. Preview. Generating preview. Or maybe I have to be on a mobile device. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me. Oh, I should probably not underline that. Nah, actually I will. Just because it's. There's my Twitch. There's 2 YouTube channels. There's 3 websites. Just gonna link it. It's kind of like an Easter egg in there. All right. Anyway, let me go back. It is not necessary to have 2 drives in order for a computer to function. For this PC build, I wanted to have a solid state drive where I would run all of my applications and boot up and perform the system boot up from. This most commonly may be recognized as the C drive. Solid state drives transfer data much quicker than a hard disk drive since there aren't any spinning parts. Even more impressive, the M.2 NVMe SSDs are much quicker at transferring data than a typical SSD since it is mounted directly onto the motherboard and is not bottlenecked by the SATA transfer. The SATA transfer protocol? I don't even know if that's a protocol. Anyway, I think it's fine. The Barracuda HDD. Did I already... Here, let me do this. Two terabyte HDD will be specifically used for storing documents, videos, pictures, and all other static files. Since these files are only being used for storage, transfer speed is not of utmost importance. This is plenty of memory space for a bargain price. The power supply. The main power draw from your supply will be the graphics card. The most simple method to choosing a power supply is to find the power draw from your GPU you have selected and make sure the wattage on the power supply is large enough to support this. There's a rating system for power supplies referred to as the A+ rating. This determines the efficiency of the power supply, how much heat it will produce, and how much noise the internal fan will make. The higher the rating, the more costly this can be. It may be worthwhile to check that the power supply is at least semi-modular or fully modular. This gives you the ability to plug and play and add or remove devices later on. All right, and then we go through the components and their cost. And that's what I paid for. So really this was like a $700 build, which I think I gave, I mean, technically you could take that out. Yeah, it's like a $700 build. Whoops, I missed a phone call here. I'll give them a call back. They left me a voicemail. All right. And then these are all like the added stuff that I put on here. So this is all this. I kind of added this in the caption here. I got a free 64 micro center card. You can find videos of the build process all over YouTube and the channels I mentioned above. But Joey Delgado has what I learned. So this is the conclusion. This is where I need to close it out. That's all I got to do, and then I'm done. Unless I want to go back and change anything that of the above that I've read. So what I learned: understanding computers could become a lifetime investment. Understanding computers. All right, let me Control Z that. Lifetime, for some it is. For myself, yeah, this whole thing sucks. I have a much better understanding of RAM and how it interacts with the CPU. I now have a much better ability to troubleshoot and upgrade my PC if necessary. More importantly, I'm able to complete project through to the end. I have never been happier with a purchase in my life. This is probably due to the fact my very own Frankenstein, although much more intelligent and beautiful. I would recommend a PC build for you if you have the means and a purpose for one? Absolutely. Whatever you may be attempting, whether you work from home, starting a blog, or PC gaming, building your own rig is the first accomplishment before taking on your next endeavor. Or if you have a purpose, a budget, and want to bypass a building, contact me. Yeah, this whole thing is terrible. Terrible! How should I write this out? Alright. I gotta do a better job of this, and I gotta get it done today, because I don't want to carry this over to Monday. I gotta think. All right. For many people, it is. All right. Understanding computers. And each of the components could easily become a lifetime investment. For many people, it is. The best part about completing this build is obtaining a fundamental and basic understanding of what a computer is. Different this I'm just trying to think. All right. I'm having trouble figuring out how to write the last words of this. Mm-hmm. I before E. And all of the parts and pieces. is obtaining a fundamental and basic understanding of what a computer is and how the different parts interact with one another. Most importantly, this allowed me to know that I am able to complete a project through to the end. I could not be happier, for I have created my own highly functional and very beautiful Frankenstein. Whatever you may be attempting, whether it's work from home, working from home, starting a blog, or PC gaming, next endeavor. Here we go. Here we go. What I learned. Best part about completing this. intelligent, highly functional, and very beautiful Frankenstein. I think I want to change this heading. How do you spell Frankenstein? I'm putting the I before the E. Are you ever All right, how does that sound? Understanding computers and all the parts and pieces could easily become a lifetime investment. For many people, it is. The best part about completing this build is obtaining a fundamental and basic understanding of what a computer is and how the different parts interact with each other. Most importantly, this allowed me to know that I am able to complete a project through to the end. I could not be happier, for I have created my own why is there a comma there? My own intelligent, highly functional, and very beautiful Frankenstein. I'm here to let you know that you too are capable. Does that sound stupid? Like, I'm here to let you know that you're capable. I don't know why I'd use that voice. It doesn't sound stupid. I'm here to let you know that you too are capable of creating your own very own Frankenstein. Are you going to start that makeup tutorial? If and when you come across that path, I am here and willing. let's save this draft. For many people, it is. Let me do this. You two are capable of creating your very own Frankenstein. Are you going to start that makeup tutorial? I'm gonna throw off the recommended video makeup tutorial. Put together your I think I'm close. I think it sounds a little jumbled. With all the parts and pieces. Most importantly, this allowed me to you two are capable of creating your very own Frankenstein. That might be all right. That might be all right with today's world going digital and online. Maybe time for you to consider building your own rig. If and when you come across that path, I am here to help if to thesaurus.com. That actually goes somewhere. To enthusiastically cheer you on. All right. I need to add a picture. But I think I'm done. I want to change the color. All right. I think that's, I'm going to let that sit. I think I'm going to let that sit. I'll see. I'll probably read over it tomorrow morning, but I won't do a stream. I'll probably just read over it, but I'm going to publish this Sunday. I'm going to publish it. I'm going to add a picture that will go up here. Actually, I think featured image, it'll go here. What is this? Is this? No, that's just a title. Yeah, all right. Cool. We did a thing. Yeah, so I'm gonna probably take a picture of this thing right now just to it's not going to be a great picture. I mean, you could see this picture here. I'm not a photographer, but you know, hopefully as I go along, I'll get better at this, at the whole picture thing. I'm just going to try to get a picture of the actual rig. Let's see if I can do anything with that. And then I'll add it here. I'll add some tags. I don't even know how to add good tags. Computer. I'm just gonna add a bunch of tags. And yeah, I'm just gonna spend some time. What else do I need? Should I write an excerpt? This is cool. Like, it's actually almost done. I mean, it is done. I need to add a picture. I think that's fine. All right. Yeah. Offline, I'm going to do the picture. And I'll put that here. I don't know if I'll do an excerpt. But I'll post it to social media accounts Sunday. Probably about 6, 7 p.m. Cool. And then we'll start something new. Hopefully Monday or maybe Tuesday. Monday mornings are a little different for me. So I don't really get into the work week until Tuesday. All right. Cool. That's all I've got. Take care. Have a good day.